Good morning to all my wonderful viewers out there, and welcome back to another Streetwear Talk video, the series where I cover the latest streetwear releases, I cover the latest streetwear news, and of course, in the series, we just discuss anything to do with streetwear or fashion. Now, in today's video, I'm going to be covering everything to do with a recently released collaborative release. What I'm going to be covering is everything to do with the Supreme New York and Ducati collaboration that released for week 16 of Supreme's Spring-Summer 2024 collection. Yeah, sorry guys, I'm still playing catch up, but if I catch up on this week, then I'm officially up to date, and then we can move forward with the rest of the weeks of the Supreme Spring-Summer 2024 season. That stint in the hospital really did push me behind for all of May, and I'm hoping that now that we are this caught up, I can keep it up moving forward. Hopefully no more trips to the hospital. We'll have to see. I mean, I can't foresee any more in the future, so I think we're in the clear. But yes, I still want to catch up on everything that I haven't covered, and there's a bunch of other brands that I want to talk about that have had heaps of releases over May that I didn't get to cover because of that stint in the hospital. So we're going to kick it off by covering the collaboration between Supreme, an Italian motorcycle brand. I'm pronouncing it Ducati, but it's probably way more Italian than I'm actually pronouncing it, but you can correct me in the comment section below on my pronunciation. We have them collaborating for week 16, which released last week. We'll be covering the release details, the editorial, the individual pieces, and my thoughts and opinions on the individual pieces and the collaboration as a whole. How we're going to cover all that is by using a HYPEBEAST article. Let's head on over to that article now, and we'll start covering the release details for this week 16 collab. Here we are at the HYPEBEAST article that we're going to be using today, guys. It'll be linked down in that description section below if you want to check it out yourselves. But we'll quickly scroll on down and cover the release details for this collaboration. So the Supreme Ducati collaboration is set to release on Thursday, May 30th, for most of the world. For Europe, for the US, for the UK, and then on the Saturday, June 1st, it's releasing in Japan and South Korea. Which is good to see, because South Korea has missed out on some of the releases. They miss out on the North Face collaborations a lot of the time as of late, but it's cool to see that they're getting some of the collaborations released in their locations now. But we'll move on up. Now that we've covered the release details of this week 16 collab, we've got to cover the editorial and the individual pieces. So let's dive in and check out the editorial, which is skaters and models rocking the collab. Kick it off with, we have a photo showcasing the racing gloves in a very strategic way of approaching it. It has the gloves being pushed together. It has Supreme written on the size adjusting bands on the wrists. We have the t-shirt in the background with the collaborative logos, and what I can only assume is a collaborative hat as well. How do I feel about all this? Well, it's definitely Supreme branded Ducati pieces. I definitely feel like Supreme is going to be leaning more on the motorcycle style for this collaboration than the streetwear style, but it's an appropriate, thing to do considering that they're collaborating with a motorcycling, well, I shouldn't say motorcycling, sport brand. But yeah, here's another shot of all the pieces that we just saw. What looks to be the collaborative hat, the collaborative, I would say, jersey more than shirt now that I get to see the arms and stuff like that. Collaborative gloves, and I can see a Supreme patch down there, so it's got to be some collaborative shorts or pants as well. We've got a collaborative hooded jacket featuring branding across the chest. Surprisingly, no massive Supreme branding on the front. I can only assume that means it's going to be on the back. We'll have to wait and see if that's the case. Moving forward. My bad. It's down the arm. Of course it is. So we have this jacket featuring in a blue cotton style and then a denim style as well, with the logo down the arm and across the chest there. We've then got what looks to be a track jacket or tracksuit combo with branding on the back and branding on the pants as well. We've then got a black version of the same track suit. I thought the grey panels might be 3M material, but it doesn't look like they are. That's okay. We've got a lot of different logos here splashed onto the pieces as well to make it feel, I guess, more authentic, make it feel more motorsport. But it also just makes me feel like I'm being sold oil as well, having the Shell logo there. But again, an appropriate logo to have, I suppose. We've got it coming in a blue as well. There we go. Here's a front shot of that as well. I actually like the blue branding a lot more. Noticeably, it's got Supreme on the front of this and not the Ducati logo. So is that two separate pieces? No, sorry, the Ducati pieces is the hooded jacket, whilst the track jacket has Supreme on the front of it. Maybe they did like a special deal where they said, okay, you get these pieces, I get these pieces. My big logo goes on this piece, your big logo goes on this piece, and we'll split it 50-50. We've got more shots of the jersey in the other colors it comes in, and a shot of the front. Just by looking at the photos that I've seen so far, I'm assuming that we're just going to get a series of these pieces revolving through the various different colors that we have seen so far. So blue, black, red, either white or that gray that we can see up here, and they'll just splash that color palette across various different pieces with collaborative branding on it. I'm kind of feeling like that's the way that they've gone with this collab, but there might be a surprise piece here and there that might, you know, throw me off balance. But at the moment, just off the editorial, this is making me feel like it's a pretty low effort collab, in the sense of like, we're not doing interesting motorsport pieces, interesting designs. We're just grabbing a bunch of the very traditional like merch for motorsport and applying collaborative logos to it. That's how I feel at the moment, but again, I'm waiting to be proven wrong. Yeah, collaborative t-shirt with Supreme, someone about potentially really leaning in on that motorcycle, maybe even falling over, and then Ducati at the bottom of it. That is all the photos in the editorial, so that is all the models rocking the collaboration. Now that we've covered all the pieces on body, let's go check out the individual pieces and see if there's any further pieces that are releasing in this collab. So here we are at the individual pieces. Again, we're seeing the hooded jacket featuring in all the colors it comes in. Seeing these three colors here reminds me very much of the Honda pieces that they had a couple seasons ago, and I feel like this is the exact same template that they used for that collaboration. I feel like whenever we get a motorsport or just a motorsport collaboration with Supreme, they definitely default to some pretty regular pieces. In saying that though, these pieces are very catered to that audience. So at the same time, as much as I'm like, yeah, they are resorting to these templates that they have, at the same time it would work very well commercially. Like, I feel like a lot of people that are really into motorsport would be like, hell yeah, let's get the hooded jacket, you know? So at the same time, it's someone who's complaining who's not going to buy the piece versus someone who probably will actually buy the piece and enjoy it. So I guess take that into consideration as well. Only the big back logo for the collab here, which is honestly quite surprising. I was expecting a lot more on the back, but it's all on the front. There we go. Here is the track jacket as well. Pretty stock standard, to be honest. There we go. We've got the jersey coming in all the colors as well. Here's the back of it. We've got the pants to match the tracksuit. Pretty standard. There's the back of them. I don't know about you guys. I really don't like logos across like the butt or the crotch. It just feels weird to me. It feels off. Each to their own, of course, because if you're a fan of like a lot of Japanese brands like a Bathing Ape and stuff like that, like you always have logos across your crotch and butt. But for me, I'm always like, nah, I can't do it. It just feels really weird to me. It doesn't feel right. We've got the collaborative shirt. The shirt's actually quite nice. Is this the same shirt with everything on the back of it though? Because if it is, I just want the front graphic. I don't want everything on the back. Oh, I think this is the one with everything on the back, isn't it? Yeah, cool. Yeah, okay. I don't mind the collaborative shirt. That's fun. I feel like I could buy this for my dad and he would really like it. But like for me, this is probably the only piece that I would wear just because it's just a nice, easy t-shirt and I love white or black t-shirts. Like you hit the mark for me on that one. If you included any logos on the back of it, I'd be out. I'd be like, I can't do it. Nah. But this one's the collaborative logo t-shirt with the logos on the front and then all the logos on the back. And then we've got a cap as well, of course, the cap that's being showcased in the editorial. Well, according to this HYPEBEAST article, that is everything releasing in this week 16 collaboration. Quite interestingly though, I swear I saw some teaser images about a leather jacket and I didn't see that in this article at all. We'll have to go ahead and check out the Supreme community page to check out the drop list page because I want to see if there are any other further pieces that released. At the moment, this HYPEBEAST article is only showing potentially some of it, most of it, I don't know. I have just noticed as well that there is a Supreme logo on the back of these caps because I was kind of under the assumption that this was it, and then I was a bit confused on like where the Supreme branding is, but here it is here. And I do like the stylized font that they've done for that. How do I feel about this collaboration? I think it's actually summed up pretty well in the actual title of the article, which is partnership with apparel drop. Change apparel to merch, and it kind of feels that way. I feel like the Honda collaboration that Supreme did a couple years ago was more authentic to motorsport than this collaboration is, but there are some points here that I do really like in this collab that makes it feel very motorsport like the tracksuit. I think the tracksuit was a good call to do for this collaboration. But when I think of a more authentic collaboration with the, I guess, the sport that Supreme is collaborating with here, I do think the Honda collaboration did it better. But there are some standout pieces here that I do think hits the nail on the head, I think. But that's just my thoughts. Realistically, I probably won't be buying any of this because none of it matches any styles that I would normally wear. So I'm purely just a spectator here, but I'd love to hear your thoughts. Did you like the collaboration? Did you like any of the pieces? Was this collaboration for you? I mean, if you're a huge fan of both the brands collaborating here, it's probably a home run for you, right? Realistically. But if you're like me and you're only here for Supreme, I've really got to be sold here on like the pieces. And for me, I just want something simple like the collaborative t-shirt here, and beyond that, I wouldn't want to buy anything else. But let me know if you're a big fan of the collab, if you like it or not, down in that comment section below. And that's everything covered, guys. It dropped on the 30th of May or the 1st of June, depending on your region. We covered the editorial, all the individual items listed in the HYPEBEAST article, and my thoughts and opinions on the collaboration and the, well, individual pieces as well. Look, yeah, I think it's fine. Again, it all depends on how much of a fan you are of like Ducati, and if it's like your go-to motorcycle brand, if you really like motorsports. That is, I think, a huge thing here, but I do think that there are past Supreme Motorsport collaborations that I've liked more. That's just my 2 cents about the whole situation, but I'd love to hear if you guys picked up anything from this collaboration. Did you go for the jersey, the tracksuit, the hat? Did you pick anything up? Let me know down in that comment section below. And of course, if you guys want me to keep covering upcoming Supreme weekly releases, upcoming Supreme collaborations, upcoming Supreme drops, you know what things I'm going to ask you for. I'm going to ask you for the 3 indicators I always ask you for, which is a like on this video, a comment in that comment section down below. And if you haven't already, the best indicator you can give me is a subscribe to the channel. As mentioned, in May, we tried to hit the subscriber milestone of 3,860 subscribers before the end of the month. We were very, very close to doing so, and hopefully with your guys' continuous support, we'll be able to do that before the end of June. But that is everything I have to say about this week 16 collaboration, guys. I will be covering the drop list page as well, so stay tuned for that to see the full drop of week 16. But that is everything I should really have to cover about it, and everything I have to add about it. So until the next Supreme video, until the next Streetwear Talk video, until the next drop list video, I'll catch you later.